We're a couple of games into district play for high school basketball, so we thought we'd bring in our high school guru, Bobby Stautzenberger. We always enjoy the high school football talk, so let's talk a little high school basketball now. There's a lot of good teams around this San Antonio area. The Judson girls made a run to the state title last year. Are they poised to maybe make a similar effort this season?
Absolutely. I mean, they were in the lead against Plano in the state championship game last year in the fourth quarter. And they just couldn't quite hold on, and so they were that close to winning a state championship. They return a lot of players. They should be really a team to look out for in Class 6A. That entire district that they're in is tough. But then you look in the lower classifications, Kerrville-Tivy went to the state tournament last year. They're in the same district with Veterans Memorial, who was in the state championship last year in 4A, and they move up to 5A with almost the same team. So there's some really high-level girls basketball in this area. The Northside ISD teams are really strong. So get out and see some girls basketball. There's about 3 districts that stand out, and every night is a battle.
And then on the boys' side, is there a team or maybe someone under the radar that you think could make a run, or you're looking forward to watching this year?
Well, under the radar, I'd have to give the military schools as the under the radar, just because they're smaller schools and they don't get the publicity of the 6As and 5As. But consistency in Class 3A, Randolph and Cole, every year they're good, and Randolph is just a couple of years removed from having a lead over Brock, one of the really state powerhouse teams. Randolph led them in the fourth quarter. In fact, they led them with less than a minute to go in the state championship game. So Randolph was that close. They're undefeated this season, and so the Rollhawks are a team to look out for. Under the radar, Cole Cougars, another under the radar teams, and then of course your traditional teams in 6A and 5A.
Let's touch on a couple of those for a little bit. Wagner specifically, because they had one of the more high-profile guys, Kevin McCullough, and now he has departed and he's on his way to Texas Tech, or he's no longer with Wagner. But what does Wagner do to replace him, and how are they going to reload? Well,
they just have a depth of talent. Coach Rodney Clark they send talented players at you in waves. But the key to that whole thing at Wagner is Jalen Jackson. He's a North Texas commit. He's averaging a little bit less than 20 points a game, but he's a guy that can get to the basket, and I mean, anytime he wants. I mean, having watched him for 4 years, and he's a 4-year starter on a team that played for a 6A state championship just a couple of years ago. They pushed a great Austin Westlake team to the brink last year in the playoffs, and now they dropped down. Similar to football, they dropped down a classification, and even without McCullough, you look at Wagner and say that's a team that can make some noise in Class 5A. So I'd keep an eye on the T-Birds. They've got a great squad.
And would that be your best player in the area, or who would you pick for maybe best guy in the area?
Well, I'm a little biased because I am a North Texas alum. But I do like Jalen. I mean, you start for 4 years in a program like Wagner, that's impressive. And so he's been good all along, and now he's a senior. It's 100% his team. Jalen's a great player. He's fun to watch.
Steele always seems like they have a talented guy or two as well. So at the 6A level, are they a team to watch this year coming out of that?
Steele's always a team to watch. What's baffling about Steele is they have, and Langston Love is another great player. He's over at Steele, and he's averaging around 24 points a game. And then the Northside schools have upped their game. O'Connor's really good this year. Brennan. We've got some good high school basketball. Johnson, even though Mike Chandler transferred over to Judson, he was one of their stars in basketball. But even without him, they're undefeated in district, and the Jaguars are always well coached and a team to look out for in 6A.
Well, great stuff as always, Bobby. Thank you. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, Mike.